Yo,
Evening.
what's up, Moin? What's up, everybody?
This looks like Xenoblade Chronicles X.
What are you up to, Zanks?
You can hear me, right, Vivi?
Yeah, I can.
Vivi actually sounds nice and clear for once.
He does. This straight up looks like a combination of Xenoblade Chronicles X and Sonic Adventure. Like straight up, this is literally a fusion of Xenoblade Chronicles X and Sonic Adventure.
I'm pretty sure this was out before Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yes, it was.
It was, yeah. I guess maybe Xenosaga? I've never played it, so I don't really know if you get a robot that flies around. But if you've ever seen any footage of Xenoblade Chronicles X, that's what happens. You get a bunch of robots and you get to fly around in the world, and it's super crazy. It feels a little arcadey.
That's the intent.
Sega is the king of arcades, and if it came out a while ago, Sega was big into arcades. Like a lot of the games felt very arcadey. Hey, what did the poor horse do to you? You may not want to show that to Hinode. She'd be pissed that you killed the horse. Wait, you can see previews of what your character looks like while they're inside the cockpit?
No, that you can see other characters though.
Oh. That'd be kind of cool if there was like like a like a cockpit cam. Obviously, she doesn't look like a fully fleshed like robot, but if it would be like a giant robot, it'd be so cool to have like a mini camera where you can see what your character looks like and what she's doing in the cockpit.
Yeah. Also, this level is modeled after Las Vegas.
Oh wow, yeah, I can see that now. Are those other players that were right next to you just now?
Yep.
Is this like the home base?
It's kind of like your, well, yeah, you could say that.
It's so hot inside of my house. It's like really cool outside, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna step outside.
It's all your fault, Goose.
Of course it is.
So is it like mission based?
Yeah. You pretty much have like there's a lot of like different craft like maps that you could go to, and you can accept missions from.
That's pretty cool. Is that like a little chocobo? Hmm. This area reminds me of one of the areas in 14 in Heavensward. Has like a lot of floating islands and stuff.
But not the floating islands in 11.
Red Mage is so much fun in this game. Red Mage is just beautiful. Such a fun rotation. You never get bored. There's way too many things to do. But it's not tedious either. It's like the perfect balance of non-tedious and fun and active. What the hell is that? Is that a dragon?
Yep.
Oh shit, it killed you. Always funny when I hear the Omen song in this game. It'll randomly play in Heaven on High sometimes. Actually, not the Omen song, the Race and Jima song. Iroha song. Character customization looks pretty cool in that game.
Yeah, like the things you could do with like character customization and outfits, I think is much better than 14.
Yeah, what 14 has going for itself is all the skin you can show for your character. Definitely gets the boys playing, that's for sure.
Well, this game is good. I feel like some costumes on this game show more skin than on 14.
Hey, there's a character in my party right now named Vivi.
Uh-huh.
It is Master, first name, last name Vivi. I found your master. What, the Sonic rings? That is badass. Wait, what?
Did
I
did
knew
someone
it.
not say this was made from the Sonic team once already?
Yeah, you can totally tell this is, like I said, this is a combination of Xenoblade Chronicles X and Sonic Adventure.
Well, these rings aren't normally here. It's just a special Sonic themed thing going on.
is up with people not giving me commendations? I'm doing like 90% of the damage. I can't see anything. What, the gun? Literally looks like you're playing Contra in 3D. Amy! That's Amy Rose. There's Sonic. And Tails. Amy! Wait! Oh man, I give up. She's so weird. Tails, what am I gonna do with you? Hey there, Tails! Did you find the tornado too? Hey, no way! Who blew it this time? Woohoo! Level 65. I mean, 66. Wait, who was that girl? She was kind of hot.
These are just different. What you can do is like set up a costume for your character, and then register it, and you could like view a fashion catalog of different characters.
Nice. Oh man, I can almost see that red mage gear. Oh man, I've dreamt about it for so long. Whoa, that looks cool. Those red and white wings like that? That is badass. Hey, that was a bunny girl. Whoa, a succubus. Schoolgirl. Damn, look at that hair. Cat girl. What the? Looks like a character from Parappa the Rapper. What the? Wait, is that Dante?
That's what it looks like.
Not only just Dante, but that's Dante from Devil May Cry 3. So when he was young, basically. What's up, Simon? Zanin, guess what? Zanin? You got your microphone on? Hang on, I'll be right back.
What's going on, Zion?
Mr. Zoinen. God damn it. Man, you never talk anymore. Anyway, I got level 76 Red Mage in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm getting closer to getting that level 70 Red Mage gear. The one I've been salivating over since what? When did Stormblood come out? 2000... 2017? I think it was 2017. I've coveted that gear for 3 years. Probably longer, I don't know. Wait, how do you reply back in 14?
How you doing, Ultra?
That was weird. I did Alt R for reply and it didn't work. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I did Alt R and it wasn't replying. That was super weird. I just clicked on the guy's name and replied that way, but still, that was really strange. Holy shit, you got a lot of people on you, BB.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty lonely in here. Only people I've talked to so far are Raz, Gion, and Uis. That's it. There's like nobody here.
Yes, I do, but I've been playing on the Japanese server since forever.
When
Also-
is raid night?
Also, the NA version isn't a full game, so since there's a way to play on the Japanese server in English, I just stick with it.
But isn't the lag too bad because you're trying to connect to a server that's like halfway around the world?
I haven't noticed much lag.
That's good. Oh, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. Interesting. Still, it does feel pretty dead in here compared to the last time I played. Last time I played, we would have like 17 people on voice chat. It was like impossible to say anything because everybody wanted to talk at once. I miss those days. Where's Jamesy anyway? Thought he still played this.
He does. He left hunt.
Wait, he did? Why? What did
He
you guys
wanted-
do?
He wanted something with more drama.
Really? That's kind of interesting. Okay, answer me this. Why did he know to leave the Discord on Punt International?
I don't know.
That was really weird. I was like, wait, she's not in here. Sheesh, I leave for like a couple of months and everything goes to shit.
Oh. You left for more than that, but
Yeah, that's true. It's been a while. Moik and Neko won't let me play this game. They make fun of me when I start talking about 14. BB2 on occasion.
you're the only one that can disprove. But you literally left just before the raid scene before anything serious could come your way.
No, I did Eden for like a month and a half.
Yeah, not savage.
No, I don't do Savage. I probably never will. That's too hardcore for me. I won't have fun and I'll hate the game and end up leaving again. Besides, all that gear gets replaced a few months later anyway.
It's not really about the gear.
I know, it's about the challenge. Actually, a question for you, Zenon. Eating food right before you exit a completed duty of Heaven on High, does it give you any extra XP?
No. I don't do it enough to honestly give you an accurate answer.
Oh well. I have a ton of food, so whatever. So, what would you say is your favorite job right now in the game? You better not say white mage, because you're only white maging because you're needed to.
One second, please. Um, Dragoon, honestly, at the end of the day, it's I could play it in my.
Is it still pretty hard to keep Blood of the Dragon up?
No.
I haven't touched Dragoon since level 16.
Well, how would you know about any of the difficulties of Blood of the Dragon?
I know it was kind of tough back in the 60s.
Yeah, it had its own quirks, I guess. No, it's significantly easier. Can keep it up even in transit.
Nice. Can you do multiple Gear Skogels?
Yes, that's the point.
Nice.
Level 80, or I think. I forget what level it is, but yeah. It gets
I think, yeah, See, it's interesting. I have a couple of jobs that I put my retainers on, and they're stuck at 60, so I'm like, God damn it. I gotta get these fucking retainers to 80, but I'm gonna have to, like, mess around with the jobs that I fucking put them at 60.
you can change your job.
Yeah, but you gotta start from level 1.
Price you pay.
Yeah, fuck it, I'd rather just level the damn job. One of them is Ninja, so I'm worried about Ninja. I heard it has one of the most tougher rotations in the game.
Interesting.
Am I wrong?
For a melee class, no. It's probably the hardest.
Harder than Monk?
Yeah, I mean, Monk
God
has.
damn it.
They both have flexible rotations. I don't know. Depends on what. Monk, I mean, all jobs have upkeep of some sort, right? But Ninja probably has the most.
Ugh.
They have Huton, they have Ninky Gauge, making sure you use your Mudras, yada yada yada. It's a lot to do. Very busy job.
Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't like Summoner because at 80, because it felt like you're doing all this work and you don't get the payoff that you really deserve. Especially if you summon Bahamut right at the worst possible fucking time. It's basically like it's literally like the limit break in Final Fantasy IX, where it keeps triggering at the worst moment, like right at the end of a stupid fight, that where you absolutely don't need the limit break.
Right, but that comes with knowing not only your job, but the fight at hand.
Yeah, it's just kind of annoying.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Is it wrong of me to think that Red Mage has the most flawless rotation in the game?
Flawless rotation.
Yeah, it's just so smooth.
Yeah, so it would be incorrect of you to this.
Just think about it though. It's literally one of the most fun rotations in the game because there's a lot to do, but it doesn't feel taxing. It feels fun and energetic. And it kicks fucking ass. Red Mage is so goddamn good.
Yeah, I'd have to disagree with you.
Did they nerf it or something?
Huh? No. A red mage is RNG based, so your rotation's completely dependent on procs. Yes, you can guarantee yourself a proc occasionally. I get that. I understand. But that's not what makes a job flawless. And relying on RNG is a flawed mechanic, anyways, or principle. If you want flawless, I'm not trying to be biased here or anything. Dragoon, Paladin, uh, if you play Samurai properly, pretty flawless jobs there. White Mage, another really good kit. Um, it, and to be fair though, I mean, if it doesn't have RNG, it's a solid pick, right? So again, it's easier to name the ones that do have RNG, which are bad picks. So you're looking at Answer, Red Mage, Astrologian. I think that's it. Everything else is pretty solid RNG removed. So yeah.
Yeah, but you don't need the procs on red mage to do that much damage.
That is incorrect. You have to balance your spell.
Yeah, but if you know how to fill the gauge fast and effectively, and use your fletch whenever it's up, god damn. Like when you go in for the combo, and then you get the flare at the end, holy shit.
Yeah, again, I'm just it's just my opinion, Goose. I disagree. Play black.
I have black mage at level 80. But I didn't really quite master the rotation before I quit, so I don't even remember the rotation at all anymore. I remember at one point you cast you go triple cast, and you cast multiple flares, or I can't remember if it was multiple foils, or you basically want to get to where you can do Xenoglossy. You want to fill out the 3 umbral or astral ticks on the little clock, and then that's when you can do Xenoglossy at the end. I can't remember how foil works. Something to do with the gauge as well. It's been a while, dude. But
I know.
I remember it did get a lot better, to the point where, damn, if you know the rotation well, Jesus Christ, fucking black mage is ridiculous.
Summoner is good too. Oh, excuse me. Just fine. Yeah, there are busy jobs. Summoner and machinists are pretty busy as far as clicks per minute. So
Summoner was interesting. I actually messed around with it when I was leveling up Scholar, because they're both the same. So, incidentally enough, I have both at 80, but I mean, it was fun if I was messing around like at a Fate, but I would not want to use it for like end level content.
yeah, all jobs behave differently between fates and in-game content. You have to know your job. You know, focus on the fight, not your rotation.
Yeah. It was interesting, but I do miss the old Summoner. I preferred the level 60 Summoner rotation. Or was it 70? Yeah, level 70, sorry. I'm pretty rusty on Dark Knight, but I bet Dark Knight would come back to me pretty fast. It was my main job after all. I actually fought something the other day on Dark Knight by accident. It was when I was unlocking the fairy people, the tribal quest. I guess there's a fight in there, and I was like, oh, well, I haven't touched Dark Knight in like a year, but fuck it. And it was starting to come back a little bit. I was like, okay, yeah, I remember this. Dark Knight is actually a really fun job to play. It has a pretty fun rotation. Paladin is still the best tank overall, huh? Is Gunbreaker still one of the most, well, the better DPS of the tanks?
It depends on how you play it. They're all good at the end of the day. I'm not trying to be cynic. It's just what. They all really have the same kit. It's a paladin is more of a sustained DPS. Warrior, Dark Knight, and Gunbreaker are more bursty. Probably with Gunbreaker probably having the more balanced of the three.
Yeah, I've been kind of thinking about Gunbreaker. I like tanking. It's actually pretty fun. I do not like healing on Scholar. Jesus Christ, what a horrible job to heal on.
A lot of people would agree with you.
I can't do it. I do fine in big fights, or I guess you could call it a trial or whatever. But when I have to keep the tank alive on a huge pull, like in a dungeon, like in a tough dungeon, and the dude pulls like everything at the very beginning, I can't keep the damn tank alive for the life of me. I can't do it. I try to use all the abilities. I try to stagger them, you know, and I do good at first, but towards like the last bit is when I'm like, yeah, I can't fucking do it. And it's embarrassing because, you know, we die and we wipe and we have to go back to the beginning and it's like, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I know Scholar is not supposed to be the potent healer, but goddamn, like, give us just a little bit of more potency on our fucking cures.
Play a different heal.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I got White Mage to level 80. As much as I like Scholar, I was like, I can't do any like difficult content with this fucking job. Fuck it. Going back to White Mage. I did like Dragoon though. I think I'll do Dragoon eventually. I like Bard a lot too. So, somebody from the group was telling me that the 24-man raid for Near Automata, that it was a little bit different. It was like playing Near, is that right?
As far as characters involved, sure. It's still typical 14, dodge, AoE, do damage, target dies.
Oh, okay. Is it pretty tough? Cause I remember the
No.
fucking the 24-man raid for Final Fantasy Tactics. I know you're gonna laugh at this, but I thought that shit was kind of hard. Like it was actually really hard.
No, this one's easier.
I don't know what happened, but there was one night. I don't know, maybe I was tired. But there was one night that I think I literally died like 12 times in that run. I could not like actually successfully do a single fucking mechanic. I was like, Jesus Christ, what is happening? I keep dying. It was the one where the boss has all the water shit. He has like that pitcher of water and he runs around and waters people. It was embarrassing, dude. I don't even know what to tell people. I think it's literally the most embarrassing like run I've ever done. When does 5.3 come out? I thought it was out already.
No, July.
Oh, okay, so that's pretty soon. Have they said anything about a deep dungeon past level 70 yet?
No.
I'm guessing that'll be like 5.4, maybe 5.5.
Hey, Tomato Potato, thank you for watching.
Sorry, Moink, I'm sure your viewers are tired of hearing about this shitty Final Fantasy XIV game.
Yes, because I'm talking a whole lot.
Sorry, I'm kind of excited to be back, to be honest. I really missed this game. I have a lot of issues with it, but I also like a lot of things about it.
See what happens, Einan? The guild rise up in 11 and he runs away.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Is I started really considering like really hardcore coming back when I heard that they were removing gain XP.
But they didn't remove gain XP, and even in the developer notes, they say please let us know and give us feedback. Yet, you'd rather just complain.
I don't know, it just made me sad. And then I was depressed for a little bit, and that's when I was like, I kind of want to go back to 14.
I don't know, it just seems like when something becomes more challenging, you're done with it.
Look, the goose. That's Odin. That's one of the Odin rewards from the FF14 collab.
What is, sorry? Oh! The little minion! It was kind of hard to see for a second. I was like, what? Yeah, it's Odin. That's hilarious. Huh. Dude, I don't know how Final Fantasy 14 does it, but they always have a fucking crossover with everything. Monster Hunter, Final Fantasy like 11, Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 15. Well, obviously that one's easy because it's Final Fantasy, but they have like Near Automata. They have
Because when there's not new content, campaigns are the easiest way to keep your subscribers. And the more crossovers you do, the more likely you're going to keep your subscribers.
still kind of cool though. I mean, with the Near Automata gear, you can actually increase the size of your character's ass to look more sexy.
Okay, okay.
Like, that is a pretty useful piece right there.
Leave it to a goose, right, Vivi?
Yep.
Have you seen it?
Have I seen Nier Automata's butt issues?
Well, to
Yes, I
me,
have. It's a
yeah,
freaking.
it's just funny though. It's just funny though because like when you wear that that legs piece, it actually adjusts the buttocks in your character's like like the way your character's buttocks actually look to make it more like rounder and more, you know, bigger and sexier. So it's pretty funny.
Yes, the bubble butt effect.
Yeah. Yay, 2-player commendations. I figured you'd like the Japanese voices instead of of any English voices, BB.
Of course.
Did you guys hear about Pokemon Snap too?
Yes.
I never played it. I've seen my nephews play it on the 64 like a long time ago, but it seemed fun, but a lot of people are pretty excited about it. They're like, I've been waiting for 20 years for this.
Personally, I never got into Pokemon Snap. To me, it was just going around taking pictures of Pokemon.
Yeah, the whole concept of like the on-rail taking pictures and stuff is weird, but you know what's funny is a Pokemon Snap 2 would have been like perfect for the Nintendo Wii, like when motion controls were all the rage. Can you imagine like maneuvering your camera with the Wii remote back in the day? Like people would have pissed their pants over how cool that would have been. Nintendo like totally, well maybe not Nintendo, Game Crazy totally missed an opportunity there. people would have been like, look, you point your remote into the TV and you can move the camera around and take pictures. Anyway, it's gonna be an interesting year for Nintendo. They, besides Pokemon Snap 2 and Paper Mario the Origami King, there is literally nothing that has been announced, teased, or any news about a Nintendo game coming out soon. There were rumors about the remasters on all the 3D Marios, some kind of compilation of Mario 64, uh, Mario Sunshine, Galaxy 1 and 2. So apparently they were supposed to be remasters or remakes, I'm not even sure.
But the first Sword and Shield DLC just came out.
Oh yeah, that's true, that did come out today. Moink, are you gonna get it?
Get what?
DLC pack number 1?
I purchased the season pass too.
Oh, nice. I mean, let me know if you think it's worth it.
You get to have a Pokemon follow you around now.
Really? Of your choosing?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Including Whale Lord?
You mean the miniature version of Whale Lord?
I was gonna say that's not Waylord in that Pokemon game. That's like it's smaller than the trainer. Like, how do you do that to Waylord?
Right.
Can you imagine if you could have a Gigantamax form Pokemon follow you around? The game would run at like 2 frames per second.
Yeah, sure. If you actually have the full blown 3D model and all that stuff, like in depth kind of stuff. But it could just be a simple version of it. No. Besides, wouldn't that defeat the point of Gigantamax? Like, if you could just have one running around all the.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I was so into that game. Like, way into it. And now I have a hard time seeing myself going back to it.
And what are you talking about? Game announcements. Paper Mario is coming out in August, I believe.
Now that looked good, and I didn't like the look of the other.
I like the old Paper Mario's, the one that feels like they're RPGs. The problem with all the recent Paper Mario game is that they rely more on the gimmick of it, like paint or stickers, rather than making it the game feel like an actual RPG. Because Paper Mario is basically the spiritual successor to Mario RPG. At least the first two games, the one on the GameCube, I mean the one on on the 64 and the one on the GameCube, they had leveling systems. They had, experience points for when you did combat. You had abilities that you unlocked. Like it felt like an RPG basically, on a very basic level, but it was an RPG. The last like three Paper Mario's have felt more like it has a lot of elements of the original Paper Mario's, but it doesn't have any of the RPG elements. And that's what has been bothering people. And this new one, people are worried because they haven't really shown you like getting XP and leveling up yet. So people are like, "Oh, here we go again." But we'll see. I hope that they make this game more like the original Paper Mario's.
I'm confused. It's like, let's just take. I don't know the name of it, but the one with the stickers, right? You're complaining about how that is okay. Granted, your characters don't level up, but your ability to collect stickers and do unique things with them, like bring in a giant fan and blow your enemies off the stage. How is that any different? Any different than a summon in Final Fantasy VII? Yeah, you're not leveling up, but you're still using one action to finish the fight.
I don't know
It's
what kind of summons you got going on, but good luck trying to finish off a tough boss with one summon.
well, you couldn't do that in any of the Mario RPGs, and I don't see that being the case with Origami either, or whatever the Origami one's.
I just want a leveling system and a reason, a good reason to grind. That has been the biggest problem, is there hasn't been any reason to grind.
So why have you stopped playing 11?
I haven't. Who said I have?
Okay, let me rephrase the question. Why would you play less? Why would you play 11 less? Why aren't all your jobs 99 with 2100 job points?
Because that's a hell of a grind.
Uh,
You mean what you just asked for?
Yeah, 11 takes everything to the fucking extreme.
no, no, no. I mean,
Always.
it's an MMO. Okay, let's just start with the fact that it's an MMO and they intrinsically just have grinds built into them. Some at different levels compared to others, but that's pretty much the premise of what an MMO is and or it does. I am confused on why you would want less than that, but okay. Anyways, eh, 11, if you want to grind, you have it in 11 and it's at your control. If that makes sense.
I love 11. Probably more than you probably think I do. I really do. But it's also brought me a lot of suffering.
Suffering you brought upon yourself. Let's be clear here.
I get so much anxiety and so much like frustration when I think of all the shit I want to do, and it's overwhelming. It's too much. It's way too much. I mean, think about this. I have 2 more mythics to make, well, 1 to finish, 2 more to make, and 2 more Empyrean weapons. Like, that is insane. I still have a fucking expansion to finish.
I'm confused. How is that any of that is a problem?
It is.
What is the issue?
Too much. Way too much.
Okay, but
And
again,
there's a lot of other things. There's a lot of other games I want to play.
so
I want to play games on the PS4, the Switch, the Xbox, PC. There's like in fact, I literally have a humongous backlog that I need to complete.
one second.
Right, Nathan?
So, do you go to like an all-you-can-eat buffet, see everything that you couldn't have, and put it all on one plate?
Maybe.
Why? And then you got too much food on one.
Level 67 Red Mage.
And then you might not even be guaranteed to eat the whole plate. It seems like a waste of food.
It's too overwhelming. There's too much to do. At one point, the grind in 11 starts feeling more like a job than actual fun in a game. And it feels more like a second life and more like a fucking job.
By the very definition of grind, that's what makes it a grind. It's a grind because it's not necessarily fun.
Don't get me wrong, I like grinding, but like I said, 11 takes everything to the extreme. Even within MMO standards.
No, no, they don't.
Yes, they do.
A game that had no, a game that's been
What,
around
you gonna
for
tell me WoW is more extreme?
a game that's been around for what 18, 19, 20 plus years, and you're literally gonna complain about the amount of content it does have. I would argue that a game that didn't have the level of content that 11 has and has been around for as long as it has, I'd be shocked. I'd be complaining, be like, what the fuck are the developers using your money for? At least with 11, you're getting consistent updates. Yeah, again, for a game as old as it is, it's at this point, it's it might pass something like Ragnarok, which is still going. So, again, I am literally surprised that. Again, do you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet, see everything that you want, and make it fit on one plate? Like all of the food. I mean, again, I don't know how you like how much food you eat and all that stuff. And I would expect that at some level you're considerate. You don't put everything that you think you can eat on one plate. You just put a decent portion go to the table and sit the fuck down and eat your food. You want more? Get back up and go for it. That's 11. 11's your buffet. If you're choosing to put too much food or shit to do on fucking 11 on one plate, that's on you. You're being wasteful. Of course it's gonna feel like a job when all you do is put the heaviest grinds on and like you don't focus on the fun element of it or what you actually enjoy doing in 11, which is the content, you know. Find way to do more content. There's fucking streamers that they do this stuff all fucking day. You want to talk about a grind? I mean, at least they're getting paid for it at the end of it. But Jesus Christ. Like Moink, if he wasn't working, I'd see him doing it.
I don't
Wait,
know. I
hang
take
on.
my break every once in a while from streaming.
What the hell is the late elegant armor? What is that?
What?
What level is that? It says late elegant armor.
You got a screenshot of it?
Well, it's what's it call it? It's a glamour that somebody has. Anyway, that looked pretty badass. It looks like a, how do I explain it? It kind of looks like a superhero suit, very like at very attached to your body, so you can see all your muscles. If that makes any sense.
No.
Pretty cool looking, actually. I might have to look that up.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy 14 at the moment in small doses. I don't care about the glamour. I care about the fight. So, asking the wrong person. Again, Goose, just so you know, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just, yeah, I understand. Maybe you're burnt out and you're having a hard time describing how you feel. That's realistic. Again, that can happen regardless of how much you have on your plate. But if you got too much and you feel like you have to play the game, then maybe you should take a break.
Do you have any idea what I've accomplished in the past, like maybe 5 months? Let me put it this way.
Do we want to discuss this as far as like your guild investments or outside of your guild investments? Because let's be honest, outside of your guild investments, you completing a Nirvana to 75 is probably your only accomplishment.
Yeah, but let's go back maybe like 6 months. The level of +3 artifact armor and +3 relic pieces that I had across my different jobs was probably a total of 2. Maybe even less, actually. I think most of my shit was +2. If I were to count how many +3 artifact pieces, how many +3 relic armor pieces I have, I would probably count around 30 something. That is literally just in literally in less than 6 months I was able to get those many pieces.
But +3 AF really isn't that much work. All you're doing is buying the equipment.
Yeah, but it also takes materials. It's a little expensive. You're spending millions. You're spending a good like 6 million or so. Relic can be even more expensive.
Fucking counter.
Relic is no. AF is far more expensive than Relic. Because AF you actually have to buy a lot of that stuff. Relic you do not. Relic is your choice to spend.
Right, I know that, but sometimes you gotta buy the shards.
Once again, you don't have to. You won't die if you don't.
Right. The only benefit behind Relic is you can buy the upgrades, and that's what can make it expensive, but you can technically wait. Or
I
join a
also
link
finished
show.
Wings of the Goddess. Acquired more summons. Also, I was able to learn how to do gear swap, which was uncharted territory for me. I didn't want to mess around with it. And now I actually understand. I'm not saying I can write my own Lua by myself, but at least I understand how to edit it really well. Like, I've accomplished a lot in 11. I mastered Thief, White Mage, Black Mage, Summoner, Blue Mage, and Warrior. Literally within like the last few months.
But do you know how to play those jobs?
I play him okay. Blue Mage I know how to play well. White Mage, it's a very tough job to play, but I don't know how to play it. But it's that one's more of a depending on how incredibly tough it is to solo heal, like doing Q by yourself, or was it K? I can't remember.
Then,
Scholar.
do you have a sneak attack or trick attack set yet?
I don't know, my Lua does a lot of stuff. I would have to check and see. I know it changes a lot of pieces around. That's for sure.
And other than position placement, do you know the difference between sneak attack and trick attack?
Of course.
What's the difference?
You seriously asking me?
Yeah.
I'm not Steffi, you know.
Well, what's the difference?
This is embarrassing. I've known this for like, what, since I played Thief in Abyssea.
Okay, so
Oh my god, you really want me to say it?
yeah, because I asked you if you have a sneak attack or trick attack set, and you kind of brush it off. So
Sneak attack, you do way more damage. You get a critical hit when you're behind the enemy. Obviously for that single hit. And then trick attack is when you're behind a team player or a member.
I said, other than position, what's the difference between the two?
What's the modifier for trick attack?
Trick attack is dexterity. I'm sorry. Trick attack is agility. Dexterity is on sneak attack. Anyway, I've done a lot in 11 and I've put a lot of effort into it, a lot of time. Like way more than I ever wanted. Probably way more than it was healthy, and I should have. I should have been studying the whole time. I should have been learning Python or fucking something, or even just like basic stuff that's gonna help me in my career. This fucking game ain't gonna help me with anything. It's a fucking MMO. If the MMO were to die right now, like if the MMO were to die right now, this very instant, what the hell did we like? There goes, you know, there goes everything we've poured our hearts into.
There
It's all gone.
goes
All
all
gone. And
all
not-
of the friendships that you've made,
Okay,
all
the
of the
friendships
adventures
are
that
a
you've
good
had,
thing.
all of the stories that you could share with people that would be interested in listening. Like you're
Alright,
literally
but there are some
you're diminishing the value of the time that you spend in the game because, and this is just my opinion, you feel you're not getting much out of the game. So with that said, do you feel that the relationships and the adventures that you have in these games don't mean much to you?
They do.
I'm confused on why you would have why you would say
Yes, but
if the servers were to shut down today, and again, this happens to MMOs left, especially Korean-based ones. If the servers shut down today, all of that's for nothing. Yeah, you guys might part and you go your separate ways. I mean, you might pick up another game and hey, look, there goes a goose. I know who he is. I mean, I don't know. I think you are putting too much emphasis on the gear, too much emphasis on your stats, your level, your job points. At the end of the day, you're right. None of that matters, and it shouldn't, because it's not important. It'll help you clear content. It'll make adventures easier, but that's not the point, is it? I don't. I would say argue. Not all of us, but most of us don't play these games just to chase gear. We play to get away from reality. You know, that's number one. To build relationships with people that we normally don't or wouldn't. A lot of it is because it automatically, again, we're moving ourselves from reality. We're removing ourselves from stereotypes. And we can have meaningful relationships regardless of what you look like. All it matters is how you act. What kind of person are you? And in some aspects, again, everyone's different strokes for different folks. Some of us don't, even in MMOs, they just want to play for the story, or they're clearly just after the grind. They don't care about any of the content. They can just sit there and do it day in and day out. But I don't know. I would argue, Goose, you need to just take a step back and figure out why you are playing these games, whether it's 11, 14, or even the solo play games. Are you after it for the lore? Are you after it for the adventure? And what is it?
not right now. Right now, I mostly play because accomplishing little bits of things, like getting a piece upgraded from literally nothing all the way to +3, is satisfying. But it's only satisfying momentarily. As soon as I finish one, I wanna do another one and another one. But then it gets boring and expensive, and I don't know. It feels like it just feels like all the things I do in the game right now are only satisfying.
I think you like to. I think you like to rush to the finish line, right? You want to be the first there.
Yeah.
But that's not important, right? Like you've talked about this before, how you got Scholar mastered. You had to learn how to play Scholar all over again, like or like the nuances to a level mastered Scholar. Like, isn't that the point of going for the 2100 job points? Is to figure it out on the way there. The things that you could do, the things that you could get away with. I mean, have you ever watched a video of, what was it, Mischief? And watch him solo shit on Scholar? Like, is that what you're after? Have you tried doing any of that stuff?
Hype, I think, is who you're referring to.
It's someone. I'm sure if you look up Scholar solo
I've watched the
something, you'll
video.
find someone.
I've watched what's his name? Rua? Is that his name?
I know who you're talking about. It
I
comes
watched
up
a
with
little bit of his Scholar video. I think I was either
Well,
most
I
of
was-
it or all of it, but
Yeah.
But let's be fair. He has. I would say he probably has a more hardcore view on how to play certain games, right? Like, I mean, you not saying that you couldn't adopt his point of view, but like the level of people, the people that he plays with are on a completely different level than ancient circles. Like, he makes it seem trivial to go for very difficult ambuscades or to solo Doulahan or whatever the fuck that thing's called. Have you tried doing that? Like, it's because he's on a different level. Not saying that you couldn't be at his level, but what have you done to get to his level, right? Beyond finding players that are capable of doing very difficult ambuscade on a month in, month out basis, what have you done personally to be that scholar that can literally carry, you know, your allies to victory on very difficult, on scholar, on blue mage, on warrior? What have you done, and how much of it had to be told to you? You didn't do your own research, or you know, you're embarrassed to ask the question because you don't want to get made fun of. So you wait to the point someone realizes you don't know what you're doing, and then they.
Do you know what's weird? Is I don't do research in 11, but I do research in 14 for some reason.
I call bullshit right there. You ask for assistance all the time. You not only ask for assistance in Ancient Circle or from Neko or myself or other players that play the job, you also go on the forums, you also go on Tabichi Wiki, so you do research. I just like I don't know. Again, like even when it comes to YouTube, Ruomoko and Logical from Next Games, they're gonna have their own things that they do. They can build the guides, they can do whatever they want for the community. But then you're gonna have people like Cloud Chief or myself who are just here to play the game and to show it off to the YouTube community. And you know, both of us have developed a following. You know, Cloud Chief's been doing it a little bit longer than I have, and you know, we each do our own little different things.
I don't know. All I know is that I don't think I have the energy right now to work on a new mythic weapon or an Imperial weapon, which would be a completely new experience for me since I've never done one before.
I
So
Even
then
attempted
don't.
to do one before.
I'm just saying, Empyrean really isn't that much work at all,
well,
especially compared to Mythic.
Well, and see that I would even argue mythics are not that much work. It's just the tediousness, or AKA the grind behind both of them. Really, you know, Empyrean's easy to start off with, but then they slowly put you into, like then you got to do the 50 items in one Abyssia zone, and then another 50, and then another 75, and then bam, it's 1500. And yeah, the 1500 can be bought, but a lot of people don't necessarily go out and buy the heavy metal plates or the cinders or the dross or whatever.
I used to be able to do that, now I can't.
And then once you're done
And
with
why
that,
can't you?
you got the 10,000 item. You know, it's the weapons are work, but in all honesty, all of them, including Aeonics, are meant to be.
Oh, I hear someone complaining about loving, or starting with he loves grinds, and then complains about how something can be too much of a grind. And all of the MMOs, all are extremely guilty because that's how they keep their user base entertained for the most part. Some of them do it through story, but that lasts for a day or a week at most. It just get over it. Either you enjoy it or you don't. I don't know. You have good intentions, Goose. You just need to slow down. I think at the end of the day, don't again. 11's your buffet. Don't go to the buffet expecting to put everything on your plate and go back to the table and feel content. You're gonna get halfway through your plate, you're gonna be full or burnt out in this scenario, and you're not gonna want to finish. Your morale is gonna drop, and you, you're gonna not be interested in playing 11. So if that's the scenario now, recognize the problem, make the adjustment. Only you can do this, not Moink, not Neko, not me, or not anyone. Only you. So do what you have to do to make 11 enjoyable. If that means taking a step back and taking a break for a couple weeks or a month or whatever you want to do, and come back and reset your plate. You put on. All right, I'm only gonna do. I want to do a mythic. I want to do my mythic, but you don't have to blow it out in one day. You don't have to go get all of your assaults done in one day. You can do maybe one zone or half a zone a day or whatever you choose. Just put a helpful plateful on the table and you're good to go. At least that's how I look at it. That's how I keep playing games.
Yeah, that's good advice. I'll see if I can figure it out. I'm sure I will. I gotta go because I'm about to go get some W's in Fortnite. Hopefully. But we'll talk again. Thanks for
You
talking,
got it.
Simon.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you later. Night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, Goose.
Okay.
He makes my head explode. Like even some of my YouTube or watchers like commented on some of his stuff. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, even if he's watching now, I mean, for the love of God, what are you doing, right? Like, how do you not recognize? I guess it's a thing, right? People don't realize they've created a situation for themselves, and they're the only ones that can fix it. But what's complaining about it gonna do? Except get people frustrated with you because you're fucking complaining about it. Just stop. No one wants to hear it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. But he's somewhat entertaining as well, listening to him rant and all that shit. I don't know. I've always seen a Goose as confrontational.
I can assure you, Nathan, he ain't going anywhere. This is, and again, I'm not, even if he's in this YouTube or he watches it later, I'm not making fun of it. It's just, these are a goose statistics. He comes and he goes. Sometimes he plays for a couple months and then he leaves for a year or more. And then he comes back again. Whether it's because he wants to play a different game or solo games. Just he has a weird, I want to say maybe an ADD to video gaming in general. Commitment's probably the biggest thing for him. which is funny enough. In 14, Shadowbringers come, or Shadowbringers, and I'm trying anyways to get a static for, the new Eden Savage going, and he was one of the considerations. But talking with my wife who plays the game with me, it's just like we know he's gonna disappear in a month or less, and we literally hit the nail on the head. He went to play.
Came back to 11.
Yeah, well, before that it was Switch games or something. Or was it Resident Evil?
It may have been Pokemon Sword and Shield too.
I think that was when he's all over the place. I think he's playing all kinds of different games. Oh, that and his real life fitness program, whatever. Gotta run 10 miles because he's angry.
I wish I don't recall if I was streaming that night or whatever, but it's just so easy to piss him off. And what's even funnier is he missed. I think it was all of Zeta, and I think tier 1 through tier 5 or tier 1 through tier 3 of Ruan that night for Aeonics. But yeah, I don't get him. I like him as a person. I think he's nice when he's not insulting people, but then his elitist mentality really shows up.
Well, his Fortnite thing, right, Seth, is exactly what I meant. One of the reasons he plays that game is only because his friends ask him to. So maybe it's not that his friends are asking him to play 11 with him. Maybe that would change it a little bit, and I don't necessarily see why that would be something he would expect people that play 11. And these are people that he's been playing on and off again for, again, 10 plus years. Why he would start to expect, but I think it's he has to feel needed to some degree. There's certain events in 11 where Moink's asking me to text him or call him to get a hold of him, and I think maybe that helps him feel like he's important, he's needed, but again, whether people like him or not. So it's kind of I think that's got to be the majority of the issue. And maybe he's still only playing 14 or 11, sorry. He's still only playing 11 because he still feels needed. But once that's gone, he's going to move on to something else, whether, again, it's exercising or 14 or Fortnite. I don't know.
I feel like he wants to feel more important than needed. Because if he wants to do something new, he wants somebody to hold his hand through the process or something like that. So I feel like he just, I don't know, he needs somebody with him or something. He needs attention, maybe, I guess.
Companionship?
Yeah, you're right, Vivi. But the problem is, especially when it comes to Neko, because that's the one he's head over heels with. But even outside of that, people will hold his hand, give him advice, do all this stuff, and then he is one of those people that will bite your hand after you've helped him. And that's where it's like, how many times is enough? I don't help him with Warrior because I said, I told him, how many times, or are you going to question every piece of advice that I give? I'm not the same. I'm not Ruramoko. I'm not Logical or whatever. I'm not the Warrior guides. This is how I gear Warrior. I'm not going to sit here and have you question everything that I do, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm one of the better DPS. So, he's gotta like. I don't get it. It's why I really don't help him with his warrior.
You know what he reminds me of? He's like a sports player who would go out and like buy the best gear for the sport because he likes it, but not necessarily know how to play the sport properly. Like go through the learning what to do in the sport. Like buying the best gear is just gonna make him the best player.
Well, right, and that's unfortunately that's really showing for him. Like his thief, his blue mage, they're not top DPS. I don't expect him to be top DPS at all, but like it was the one night where I just recently got my ninja Aeonic, and I just went into the run to fool around and play with it. So my ninja didn't really have any gear, and he gets beat out by it. Like and his thief is geared. It has the white border armor and all that shit. I don't understand what he does wrong.
Tunnel vision. Anyways, I gotta get to bed, guys. 4 o'clock. Wake up. It's calling me. I don't want to answer.
You just saying you got
Anyways.
COVID.
Yeah, it's funny, but ironic, right? Allegheny County earlier this morning announced that they have the first time since March 0 new cases. Guess what happens with an employee at the Rivers Casino? Test positive for COVID-19.
Was the casino open?
I think the casino's open.
Well, we need to be careful then because Johnny and Jeremy work at the casino.
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, it's almost as if, okay, well, and so like the 0 cases, right, are in the hospital. I doubt, I mean, again, I don't know much about the individual that did test positive for COVID. Did they do this intentionally knowing that they're asymptomatic, but, they're showing up to work anyways? Which I would argue probably a lot of people are asymptomatic. They have it, they just don't know it. Anyways, I figured, well, they got this article. I'm gonna go get tested because but I don't know if the 15-minute test is here in Pittsburgh. I think the one our mom did took a couple of days, so I doubt it. I don't know. Irony, I guess, is just what I was looking for, but. Overall, Pennsylvania's doing well, right? Cases are dropping, states returning back to normal. Port Authority will be back to normal on Sunday. So, I think there's change. Obviously, a lot of people are still going to be working from home. There's some of these businesses invested thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in networks so that they could have their employees work from home, and they're gonna get maximize the amount of usage that they get out of the software or hardware that they had to buy for their employees. So unless of course they have to return the hardware, then I guess that would be a thing, but I don't. Anyways, I gotta get to bed. There's a bus calling my name in the morning.
Alright, Meg. Sleep well.
You too. Night, you too.
No,
Night, Vivi. Sorry, I didn't forget about you. Alright.
So what you wound up doing on 11 tonight, Mike?
Oh, I just did some Unity NMs with Neko, stuff that she needed, and then card farm. Which we're failing at getting the 3-step skill chain between 2 dagger users. Makes me cry a little. How was Fantasy Star?
It's good. Yeah, I'm really trying to what I'm really trying to do on it is they released like 2 really new classes, 2 really good new classes, but you have to get to level 75 to unlock them. That's really what I've been working on.
Yeah, I don't know about like part of me wants to get into Fantasy Star, but it's like I don't want to invest my time into another MMO.
Yeah, I come and go on Fantasy Star. I mean, I really like it, which is why I'm trying to like kind of commit to it, but like I say Levin's still my main focus overall.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a good MMO. Like I said, I think yesterday when Goose was talking about stuff, like that's the MMO that basically brought the console gamers into the MMO universe with the Dreamcast version and the GameCube version. It's just really addicting MMO. My only issue with it, and I don't know how PSO2 has been, is just the hacking was an issue in the older versions.
Yeah, I haven't seen much hacking in PSO2. Like, it's not that I've noticed anyways.
I remember I was playing the Dreamcast version, and I was doing. I don't remember the zone. It was one of the first 4 zones with lava all around it and stuff like that. And you know, the player eventually throws my character and demanded that I drop everything, or he would delete my character. And I was like, this is bullshit.
Oh wow. Yeah, that definitely doesn't happen on. I've never heard of anything like that happening this game.
Yeah. Well, it's 12:30, so I think it's a good time to end the stream. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything tomorrow. Maybe something non-11. But I will see you guys either tomorrow or Friday at the latest. Have a good night, YouTube, and be safe.